I'm Treyvon. I've been in the program for 2 months.
Okay, so you've been in the program for almost 2 months now, and you from the Baltimore area.
Yes.
All right. So what led you to this program just to get up in here right now?
Well, I went to rehab, so I went to Safe Harbor. So while I was in Safe Harbor, I was trying to look for another recovery program. So this is the one I found. I was also going to one in Roanoke Rapids,
Mhm.
but this one sounded better because it gave you an opportunity to go out and find jobs. So
Okay.
I just
So not trying to get too deep or back it up too much, but I just want to kind of go back to when you was a kid and kind of like, where you were at one point, where you are now, and where you want to go. Because that's that progression, because everything is connected. Your childhood's connected to your team connected to adult, everything is all, and you find that common thread as in, why you went a certain way. Anyway, so you from a family of how many?
I have a twin sister.
Another
yeah,
twin.
Yeah. So I was family of four, I would
Four.
say, but I was adopted too. So
Okay.
I was adopted into a family. It was a small family, like small, like medium. But my family was original family is big. I got more cousins than anything. So I was my sister. I have two older sisters.
Okay.
And then I have a brother.
Okay, so if you had to describe your upbringing, your childhood, just from, I guess, 5 to your early teens, what that looked like?
It was nice. I mean, got everything I really wanted. I never had to really ask for anything too much. My mother was kind of strict, so it's like she would allow me to do certain things, me and my sister, but not too many. Like we couldn't cross the street on our own until a certain age.
So she cared a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, it was really cool, not too rough. I lived in a good area, so it wasn't too bad. And I mean, as far as a lot of things, it was rough, kind of like personal wise. Like I had depression. I suffered from depression, and so I used to get bullied in school and a lot for no reason. I didn't understand the reason. Maybe it was because I was too quiet, or I didn't like do what the other kids did. In gym, I used to sit down.
This is elementary, middle,
yeah, elementary
high
to
school?
middle school,
Okay.
all the way to high school. Like I was bullied until I fought back.
Okay.
That wasn't until 12th grade, but yeah, I mean, a lot of it was just reckless.
Okay.
Really.
So if you had to go back to your first drug of choice and when and what was it?
My first drug of choice was weed, actually.
Okay.
And then it was alcohol. So I didn't start smoking until I was 19 years old. It's like I got out of school, graduated, all of that. But then I started, I drank when I was 17.
Okay.
So my real drug of choice was like alcohol.
Okay.
Like, so I was on that for like a long time. It picked up around 21 when I was able to buy it on my own. And so then I just went crazy with it. But I was still like holding jobs and going to school and things like that. But and then it got out of control like after like 24.
Okay. And what happened?
I started getting locked up. Like the first time I got locked up, I was in Baltimore in 2015. I moved and came to Virginia. I was living in Emporia, Virginia at first.
Okay.
And it went wild. Like I started drinking and I got locked up the first time.
So you was getting locked up for public drinking or for doing crime?
I was drinking and then I went out in public and I got into it with a guy at a gas station. He was like rude, and so I got into it with him, and then I like destroyed the property in the store. So they kind of locked me up for that. And then after I got out, that was a month, and then after I got out, I continued to drink. And,
Okay, and this is 2015.
Yes.
And then from there?
From there on, it just continued. So my drinking picked up, but I started getting locked up more after that. So The final time I got locked up was when I was drinking and I went to a friend's party. I was coming from a friend's party and I was going to the house and I accidentally walked into the wrong house. And it was this older lady in there, and I didn't know where I was because I was so intoxicated. So she was telling me to get out, but I don't remember even being there. So I went into her back room, went to sleep. She called the police. She didn't know what else to do. So when the police got there, I swung on the officer, and I didn't actually connect with him, but I swung him. And so he locked me up, of course, and I had to spend 3 months for trespassing and 6 months for assaulting an officer. They dropped the felony down to a misdemeanor, so I was all good. I did my time, did my probation, went to a drinking class that was a part of the probation. Did a year of probation, and that was good. And then I kept drinking some more. I moved to Petersburg with my sister, and I kept drinking, and she put me out of the house. I became homeless. I found safe harbor. Now I'm here. So.
Okay, so has it got to a place yet where it's completely impacted your life and you just at that place where you choose not to drink or drug anymore?
Yeah. Well, I should go back because it got to the point where as though it led me to doing crystal meth. I was on that for like 5 months. I wasn't drinking at all. I had gave up the drinking, was doing that. And then once I got off of that, I went back to drinking.
And how did you get off of that?
Off the crystal meth? I just kicked it on my own. If I wasn't around the people that was doing it, I stopped on my own. I didn't need to do it. I just did it because I was around the people that was doing it. I guess if that makes sense.
So it was like a peer influence?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
So, yeah, I kicked that on my own and I picked up drinking even heavier once I did it, once I started back up. And then I got into it with my sister a few times and she didn't want me in there because my nieces and nephews was around too and she didn't want them to see that from me and disruption and everything like that. So, yeah.
So do you recognize alcoholism as a disease?
Yes. At first I used to think, I always knew I had a problem. I just never really wanted to face that problem and call it a disease because I was like, I already got enough problems. So I'm not really trying to
attach that to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So.
So how long have you been clean now?
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
90 days.
Yep.
Okay. That's a long time. I mean, for your circumstances. So I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, are you connected with a sponsor or anything like that?
No, not yet. I'm actually trying to find a sponsor, and that's kind of challenging right now. I'm working, but I'm trying to save my money up to find a place and then go from there. But as far as like the sponsor stuff, it's kind of challenging.
What kind of support do you have right now?
I have my family.
Okay, so where are you? Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So where's your family in this whole thing? Your recovery process? My
sister lives in Petersburg.
Okay. No, as far as with your recovery.
Oh, and my recovery. Oh yeah. They're supportive. They really got my back 100%. They like what I'm doing. Well, they love what I'm doing actually. They tell me all the time when I talk to them like, yeah, you're going in the right direction. Don't let nothing stop you and things like that. But yeah, they're real supportive.
Have you been in this place before as far as, had some time behind you where you just stopped and then you started back again?
No, this is my first time going through like a recovery program or everything. I had a lot of people tell me to, like family members such as telling me to go and get help, but I never really wanted to do it because I wasn't ready personally. So when I was ready, I just made the decision.
What made you ready?
I just woke up one day and was like, I'm about to be 30 next year, so I don't want to keep on continuing to mess up my life, going through the same cycles and just losing jobs back to back and not caring about anything. Because when you're in that state of mind, it's hard to really care about things and stay focused. So I wanted to just keep that stable mentality and just be the greatest I can.
So what do you have in place right now as far as relapse? To not get to relapse.
Okay.
Because you understand that, you know, when a person relapses, you know, taking the drink or the drug, that's the last piece.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about the drinking or the drug, but it's what led up to it. You know, that conversation that's in your head that you have with yourself, and then you drink. That's the last piece.
Gotcha.
So what do you have in place that's going to, you know, as soon as it comes up, almost like a GPS system.
Yeah.
As soon as you're going right, you know, you turn the wrong way, then recalculate.
Yeah.
What do you have? What is your GPS?
I just try to think about, and I know it's one day at a time, but I try to focus on what I want more so and try to use the coping strategies that I've learned. Just like try to beat the cravings, you know. It didn't work before, but this time it's working much better because I'm focused now. I know exactly what I want. I guess I can say I always knew what I wanted, but this time around it's like I'm tired of being a bum or feeling like that. Like I'm tired of having to ask family members for money when I don't have it because I spent it all on drinking. And
do you have any escape, like exercising?
Yeah,
music?
I listen to music. I write. I draw from time to time. I dance. So it's a lot of activities that I do to try to escape the urge of drinking. So
Go if you can, go out like 5 years. What does it look like? I know it's a long time. No, I mean, you know, it is. It's a long time. But what does it look like, you know, for you, 5 years out?
5 years, I would be in a much better place. I would be sober, still clean. I would have a place of my own, a car, not relying on anybody unless I have to, but just relying on myself, knowing that I came up from where I was 5 years ago. So just, you know, being successful, having a stable job, not having to, you know, being independent. So 5 years from now should look great.
Well, I appreciate you. Appreciate you being here, telling your story, and just hope you continue to go forward because it's up to you.
Thank you.